What's up, guys? Welcome back to Gapmeyer Flies. Today we're reaching the end of the 5 nymphs I never leave home without series of flies that I've been tying. Number 1 is going to be the Guide's Choice Hare's Ear, which is one of my favorite nymphs for a multitude of reasons. It just catches fish. It's simple. And it's a great searching pattern. It's great as a dropper. It's great nymphing deep. Really good fly. Before we get into tying it though, I just wanted to say thanks for anyone who's been following along with this series. And just wanted to get everyone's opinion. If you want to see more series like this, like maybe 5 dry flies I never leave home without, 5 still water flies, 5 terrestrial flies, whatever, we could come up with a lot of them. If that's something that you'd be interested in seeing, let me know in the comments down below and we'll get that worked out. Other than that, let's get to the fly, the Guide's Choice Hare's Ear. Alright, I've got a jig hook in the vise with a gold slotted bead, and I'd say about 5 wraps 015 lead, and we're gonna be using some red Vivis. So we're gonna get that started right behind the lead. You could certainly tie this fly without any weight if you wanted to, or tone it down, and you can tie it just on a standard nymph hook as well. I've just really kind of taken a liking to these jig hooks because of the way they ride in the water and the way they hook the fish. They're really cool hooks. So for the tail, you could use pheasant tail, you could use some hair off of a hare's mask, but I'm just going to use CDL, some Coq de Leon. I'm going to measure it out maybe just a little bit more than half the body, or half the shank length, and tie that on there. So I'm going to come back down and just bundle that all together a little bit. Maybe if I can. Yeah, something like that is good enough for me. Okay, ribbing. I really like on bigger sizes like 12s and 14s using brassy size gold wire. I think it just shows up a little better. But I have some small gold wire here on my desk, so we're going small for this one. It'll be fine. And I'm just going to tie that in all the way up so that it is flush with the back of that lead. And then I'm going to come back down, put that back in my spring there, and then it's time to dub the body. So I'm just going to use natural hare's mask dubbing, but you could really use all different kinds of colors of dubbing and stuff on here to customize this up a bit. I sometimes tie it in like a muskrat gray color, purple, olive be great, or brown, more of a darker brown kind of a color, but we're just gonna go with the natural on this one. So we'll just start dubbing that up the body here, all the way pretty much to the back of the bead. And I'll take and snip that free. And then we're going to come in and counter rib. That'll add a little durability to the dubbing, but it'll also keep this wire from falling down into the grooves of where you've dubbed. So we'll tie that off good and helicopter that out of there. Now, we're going to start making a little bit of a thorax. And I'm using peacock ice dub. You could use peacock curl, or you could use like a crazy color here. Like sometimes I'll do like pink, or, you know, shrimp pink, or like brown ice dub that has the little purple flecks in it. But what I want to do is make a little ball of dubbing right there, just like that. Next, we need a feather. So I've got a little piece of my partridge pelt right here. And I don't know if I have any appropriately sized feathers on this one little piece. I could go digging through to try to find the whole pelt, but instead, we're going to do a different trick. Because this is a good opportunity to show you guys a cool way to use up some of the bigger feathers on your pelt, whatever pelt you have. So I'm gonna just take and straighten out a whole bunch of these if I can. They don't want to go straight for me. There we go. So I'll take and straighten these out from the stem. Something like that. And then I'm going to put them in my little clip tool here. And we'll cut those. And then we'll make a little dubbing loop. Just like so. Grab my dubbing twister, get it in place, and then we'll come in and get those feathers kind of in there, cut those butt ends off kind of straight, and then we'll just spin that up. That way, if on your soft tackle pelt, whichever one you have, if you have some feathers that are maybe a little bit long for the application that you're trying to use them on, you can kind of repurpose them that way to get yourself a super cool little soft tackle collar just like that. And what I'm gonna do is take and pull a bunch of these back, just like so. And there you go. That's looking good. Now, I just want to super glue this off. And whip finish, and we'll be all done. I really like the red thread here for the little hot spot, but you could use, if you wanted to go more natural, you could, of course, got a fly stuck to my whip finisher here. There we go. You could, of course, go with like a brown or a tan thread. The other thing you could do is go with like pink or orange or purple or whatever you want. So anyways, that is our guide's choice hare's ear. So you could always just, you know, do that soft tackle the regular way, tie it in by the tip, grab it with your hackle pliers and spin it around. But I've been kind of messing around with some ways to start using up some of the bigger feathers on my partridge pelt. So that was one that I've come up with. anyways, definitely have a few of these in the box. They come in handy and they catch fish. Other than that, we are done. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.